So this is my Bill Hempel 30cc Extra 260. Just do a quick show around of this airplane. Impressed with the kit. The covering you're seeing is out of the box. I have not touched it with an iron. The only place I have touched an iron is where I had to cut some openings. I just wanted to make sure I had a good seal around any holes. So nice looking airplane. I cut the cowl for the engine. Now I've got a DLE 30 in there with a wraparound pitch pipe. Got my fuel fill and vent tube. Haven't decided exactly how I'm going to put those in yet. The plane has been flown. There's a ding in the covering here, and that's some kind of strike I took in the air. It's been a bug from hell or something. Anyway, nice looking airplane. If you're familiar with Bill Hempel's airplanes, a lot of these smaller ones, they don't come with any type of instructions, which is not uncommon, but the way he designs them, they go together really well. So I'm just going to show a few things. It has wheel pants. I have not put them on yet. Reason being, our field is unfriendly to wheel pants. So I may put them on, or I may leave them off. I don't know. Most of my planes that have wheel pants, the wheel pants have been destroyed by the high grass. So the canopy is held on by two 632 fasteners. This plane has a mishmash of metric and standard fasteners. The cowl is held on by two 632 fasteners. On my hardware kit, I did not get any hardware for the landing gear. So I noticed that the hardware bag had holes in it. So apparently whatever hardware was supposed to be in the bag fell out before it was boxed, because there wasn't anything going around in the box either. So you've got two servos, one for each elevator. You've got a servo for the rudder, pull wires, and then one servo in each aileron. Now putting the engine in, this is where the deck that the canopy sits on, but the actual engine is up about this high. So getting the top bolts for the engine was I was having a little time, and all of a sudden I started thinking, I said, wait a minute. So measured back and just put two holes, and that way I could get a wrench in there and tighten up the engine mounting bolts. And it worked out really well. So this plane has been flown. Now balance point, since you don't have any instructions, I went online and looked at other Extra 260s this size, and they all have the range right about 5 1/4, 5 1/2, somewhere in there from the leading edge here. Well, when I went to measure, the main spar, the carbon fiber spar, lands right about 5 1/2 inches. So I simply made a jig where I looped around and held it. This plane needed 15 ounces of lead that I set right on top of the engine box. And my first takeoff, I set all my controls up neutral, so everything was lined up just like you see it, straight, everything. First takeoff, I needed 2 clicks of down elevator, 1 click of left aileron, and flew straight and level. To check the CG, you do a maneuver. what you do is you climb up at a 45 and then roll inverted and let go. Hands off. Now, what she does then determines whether your CG is right. So if it dives towards the earth, you're too nose heavy. If it climbs, you might be too tail heavy. This plane just ever so gently was arching back to earth, almost staying up at a 45, but it was ever so gently coming back. So what I can do is once I get used to this airplane, I can drill out some of this lead and make it more tail heavy to fly the way I want. The engine needs a little more tuning. This engine was off another airplane. I rebuilt the carburetor, put it on here. Did get a quick run, but I've got some issues. So I went to do a waterfall maneuver and the engine quit on me. Glided in, no sweat whatsoever. But I need to get the engine tuned better to do some maneuvers. So my first flight, I was very pleased with the airplane. It took off. Everybody around me watching said, okay, it's straight and level. That's the thing, just flies like it's on rails. Did loops, rolls, knife edge, rolling circles, few maneuvers, and I was getting ready to do some of the more fun, waterfall, knife edge spin, things like that. And my engine isn't tuned well enough for all that. But anyway, just wanted to, and what I'll do is in some of the descriptions, I'll put what settings I have for the controls. I have low, mid, and high rates. And high rates, I almost max out the controls. But I was very pleased with the way the kit went together, the hardware and things. So looking forward to getting used to this airplane. Hope you enjoy.